Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between, and welcome back to Deacon's Table. And of course, welcome to all my wonderful players as well. And glad you guys can make it. And we are once again down one person this week, but that's okay. Hopefully, she'll be back next week or the week after. I have to check schedules. It's my mix-up tonight.
Next week.
Yeah, I think I got it confused. I thought she was away next week, and yeah, either way, we'll make do. Again, just want to welcome everybody and just cover some bases, some bookkeeping ahead of time. Just to remember, we do rate this stream as not safe for work, even though we're not excessive with anything. It's just so there's no surprises if you have little ones around. Or if you happen to be a little squeamish now and again, or, what have you, we do touch on various things at various times, and we try to be respectful to everybody, but I know, again, there are sometimes some people just don't handle certain things well, so just be warned that those things could arise, so you're not surprised. I'm going to just quickly go around the table and... just going to do an introduction of what character you're actually playing this evening, and we'll do our personal information at the end of the stream. So we're going to start off with my top left, which is Bang.
Hi, I'm playing Bang, and she's super excited about trying to blow something up again.
Bang is the relative Goblin Wizard of the party. All right, and Zakk.
Hello, I'm playing Zakk, the resident rogue of the party.
Okay, and Shulza?
I am Shulza. I am an Orc Monk.
And the leader of this group.
Oh, yes.
Therefore,
luckily.
She bears responsibility for everything they do.
Good job!
And lastly, Nedd.
Follow the leader.
Nedd? You?
Nedd?
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
I'm Garrett. Yay! Sometimes. And I'm playing Nedd, the fighter. I know. Whatever.
I love putting you guys on the spot too. It's a lot of fun. So
I'm angry.
basically, to sum up where we are. Oh, by the way, I'm Deacon Blues, the DM. So just going to sum up where we were last episode. It really, I shouldn't say it was uneventful because it was filled with events, but really didn't get a lot accomplished.
Ever?
We're outside of the tavern. No.
It started just
we
outside the tavern, and I think it finished pretty much just maybe 100 yards away from the tavern. Didn't get very far, but that's just the way it is.
We did leave though. We actually got a chance to leave.
Yes, you did. I think if you turned over your shoulder, you can still look behind you and see the end.
Oh yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, you still got a ways ahead of you. So as you go along, so we are going to start off actually doing something a little. Well, we kind of did it last week, but we're going to do it again. We're going to start off with an initiative roll for our turns based on that moving forward. We'll do it like for our combat, but this is our out of combat initiative. Just so that we can make it a little easier to take turns when we're going through.
That's understandable.
So we don't end up with a Zakk show again.
16.
Shulza's letting you guys go first on purpose.
Is that what it
I didn't
is?
mind.
So Nedd is 16.
16, sir.
Okay, Bang.
Mine is a 13.
13. Zakk.
Are we taking the initiative bonuses into account?
It's just your initiative roll, yeah.
Okay. 24.
Okay, and Shulza.
2.
Okay.
The leader always goes last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of make sure nobody fucks up too badly.
Oh, there's No chance of me stopping you guys.
or Zakk doesn't get himself killed or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
Shulza
Stop
decided to let
it.
Zakk
afterwards.
deal with his own consequences today.
all right. So, as you are headed up the road, as Zakk, you have been punished pretty much for your indiscretion with the goat. And I say that and let people's mind wander where they may, but no, it wasn't that kind of indiscretion. It was, yeah. Zakk decided to use the butt handle of his pistol to hit the goat on the forehead, nearly killing the goat. So,
Why?
yeah, well,
It was very
it's Zakk.
Oh, well,
He didn't
Look,
mean it that way. It just,
The
well,
goat hurt Bang. It needed to learn a lesson.
yeah. That's
Yeah, you
that's
hurt
his
my
logic
goat,
anyway.
right?
And
You need to learn a lesson, right?
he's gonna stick with it. So Zakk, what are you doing as you guys are now headed up the road? He's got a 12-day journey ahead of you.
He's going to be basically sitting on top of the cart, just singing it in the loudest voice song you can sing. 99 bottles of ale on the wall, 99 bottles of ale. You take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of ale on the wall.
The two acolytes that are in the wagon or in the cart kind of look back at you and not really wanting to say anything directly to you, as they also now look from you to the goat, and the kind of lump that it has on its forehead. So they're kind of looking back and forth, and they do just kind of do one of the shake their heads quietly. Even though being quiet really doesn't matter right now, is you're making lots of noise as the cart heads up the path. Nedd, this is what you see ahead of you. You're the last to run out of the inn, and with the group, and you've got you kind of caught the tail end of, because you weren't feeling too well at first.
Yeah.
So when you did finally, you realized, oh hey, you're feeling a little bit better. You think you can handle this trip. So you leave the inn, and you see them headed up the road.
Is it possible to go visit like a weaponsmith or the blacksmith first? quickly?
The only blacksmith that is technically here is Halder in the stables.
Yeah.
Because he does a little bit of everything. He's the elf that runs the stable. So yeah, what would you have done beforehand?
I'd like to go to him and see if I can find myself a two-handed maul. Something a little bit bigger.
A maul.
Or a larger weapon than I have. I have a warhammer now, but something with a bit more heft to it.
You're going for a sledgehammer.
There
now.
is. He does happen to have. Let's see if he's willing to part with it. Okay. He does have an older battle axe.
Ooh.
If that's something that you felt you could use. Yeah, he just mentions it. He's like, yeah, I've got an old battle axe that an old friend left to me when he passed, and I'm really not inclined to use it myself. And if it's gonna go to a worthy cause, and I know you work, I know you work with the Legion, so
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of the same as what I got right now, only with like a cutting thing, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping for something a little bit bigger.
yeah.
That's all you got, huh?
It's the biggest I have. I mean, I do have a couple of swords, but you said you wanted like half two-handed.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Yeah. All right. Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky on the road. Who knows?
Okay. So
Thank you very much, and then I'll come and join the rest of the party.
Not a problem. Not a problem. So you catch up, and this is what you catch up. Zakk is singing at the top of his lungs, sitting on the back of the cart. Meanwhile, the cart's really not meant to be pulling that many people on it, but he's sitting up on there, and inside the back of the cart is something that is quite large, wrapped in a burlap sack, and tied off at the top. It looks It's
We've
like
officially started.
a good size, and it's
Yeah.
just wrapped and tied up in the sap, and it's sitting in the middle of this cart, and you got two druidic acolytes, kind of in the front of the cart.
Does it look like they're kind of guarding the box, or like am I
Well-
able to investigate the box at all? Or
Well, it's
without
not a
that?
box. Keep in mind, it's a burlap sack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you can approach the sack.
Like to. Yeah.
I mean, if you go to touch in any way, they kind of tell you, hey, you know.
All right. So
but you
they
do
don't
get
want
close,
me to-
and make me a perception check actually, because you're
Yeah, they don't want me
examining.
to look inside this box. All right. Or this bag. Ooh, dirty 20.
There is a faintly pulsing green light
Well, now I really want to look in the bag.
coming through the bag.
Ah,
Very faint.
yeah. Interesting. I'm just gonna keep my eye on it,
Okay.
and maybe if there's a moment where they're not looking, just no. We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
not a problem. Okay, and move on to Bang. What do you?
What?
Bang,
Oh,
we're
sorry.
gonna move on to Bang. What are you doing now that you kind of turn back, and you see Nedd catching up to the cart and kind of checking a look at the cargo that's in the back. And you've got Zakk singing at the top of his lungs, sitting on the back of the cart. So what is?
Question is Zakk facing us or facing forward?
Zakk's actually facing the back of the cart because they're sitting at the front, and he's sitting basically on where the gate of it would be.
I do apologize. You facing which way again?
He's facing backwards.
I was gonna throw a rock at him and then blame it on the goat that he accidentally kicked up a rock.
Do
That
it.
would've
Do
been-
it. Do it.
Trying to get him to stop singing, but he's watching, so I'm not that dumb.
Do it.
So anything at all?
So instead, I'd like to kind of like ride up beside the cart if there's enough room. I don't know
Yep.
if there's enough room.
Yep.
What-
It's a
Okay.
small. Keep in
And
mind, it's not a
basically-
full wagon. It's pretty much a cart that's meant
Okay,
to
got it.
hold this, whatever this is, and it looks like
Yeah.
a new cart too. It looks like it was built for this purpose.
So basically, I want to try to stealthily, as I'm like riding up on my goat, reach out and just on the edge of his clothing, hit the edge of his clothing on fire.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check, please.
Or whatever, because he's.
Can I roll a perception check?
Not yet.
That's a 21.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Nice.
Perception check, Zakk.
That's a 1.
Yes!
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
so you do just that, and what you see, he doesn't notice it yet, but just a little flame, and it's starting to smolder
Yeah, it's just a little tiny one, yeah.
and slowly grow a little bit, and then we move on to Shulza. Whereabouts are you, first of all, in relation to the
think
party?
Be walking behind the cart, just watching forward.
Okay,
Um,
you can make me a perception check as well.
Shaking your head and shake. Oh,
shaking my head and
what have
shaking
I
it correct.
done?
She doesn't see much. She got a 7.
Okay.
She's paying attention to these guys. She wanted to fix the surroundings, but she's
You're
like,
still stressed out about fixing the last problem.
you kind of watch as Nedd catches up to you guys and kind of jogs past you a little bit up to the cart, and he's checking out the burlap sack, and
Yeah.
you see the two acolytes kind of warn him to stay back a little bit from it if he didn't mind. And,
So, I was acting with you with his sword and even
so
know
you guys proceed away, for the better part of the afternoon. It is, relatively cool. It's using Celsius. It's probably low 20s. Sorry, I'm not a big Fahrenheit person, but it is low 20s.
No, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's warm. Regardless. The humidity though isn't as high as it has been because you've had some rain over the last little while. But you are, make it through. So there's no mud puddles or anything that you're going through with the cart, and
Oh, nice.
you're trudging along. and making way. So you do end up passing the day, not a problem for the most part. Is there anything throughout the day that you guys want to discuss or do?
What do the envoys look like? Like what race are they? And
One was a kobold.
oh wow, okay,
Yeah, and the other one is a gnome.
really?
Yes, and they are both wearing the markings of an acolyte of a druid of spores.
Yeah. Oh wow, okay. All right, so maybe I don't want to mess with them.
Can I do an action?
Well, it is your go. You're the top of the round, Zakk. So yes,
Oh,
you can.
okay. Zakk, after getting bored of his singing for a bit, he decided to try to see if he could do something. He's going to do an investigation check to see if there's any tripwires he can grab, or any, or maybe any blasting powder he can give to Bang.
Where from?
He's basically just looking in like areas of the cart that are not in the cargo. Basically.
Okay, the cart itself is a wooden cart with wheels. That all that has in it is the middle of the thing is a burlap sack with this item in it, and you sitting on the back.
Okay, so he wouldn't bother then. Then I'm just gonna go back to my singing then.
Okay, so pretty much the entire time, Zakk is annoying everybody with his song. So come the end of the day, as you know, the acolytes stop the cart, and they begin to set up sort of a makeshift camp for themselves. They just kind of, one of them does, actually the gnome approaches Shulza and looks up at you. And is he gonna be like that the whole trip?
And Shulza will say in the most deadpan way, yes. and just look at Zakk and maybe make eye contact, like.
So with that, I mean, not very far behind the gnome is the kobold. You kind of see him kind of do a snickering gesture, but when you say bluntly yes, you see a look of horror on the gnome's face. Like, my God, what did I get myself into? That.
Can I roll an insight check to see what?
They're not around you.
Okay.
I'll walk over to the gnome and say, hey guys, so I hear we're camping for the night. That's good. Rest is always good. Should we like set up watches? Because I mean, I'm cool taking the first one if you guys want to rest or sleep.
The kobold looks over at you and kind of says in Goblin, that's your guys' job.
Perfect.
To protect us. You guys do what you got to do to make sure that we don't get dead.
Oh, you know what? We got this. You guys go to bed, sleep. Don't even worry about it. We're all over this like flies on stink.
They're basically 0 level characters. So just so you kind of get some up there.
Oh, well, we could just kill them. I mean, Jesus.
No.
I really want to see what's in that bag.
Bad Nick.
Yeah, I was about to, but no.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys go get your sleep. Don't even worry about it. We got this.
Okay. And Bang.
I think Bang will kind of come over to like probably more like Nedd than Shulza, but probably over to Nedd. It's like, is there any way which can discourage him to want to sing? Like maybe it burns his throat a little, or
we could rip out his vocal cords, and that's a good thing. Usually,
yours has more strength than me.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it won't come to it. Ned's gonna take his socks off. Do goblins wear socks?
If they want to.
Yeah, all right. Ned's got socks on for the purpose of this engagement. He's gonna take his socks off and be like, "Nah, I don't even care about this," and just shove them in his ears.
Okay, so you're kind of.
Yeah, it makes it harder for me to hear, but at the same time, it also makes it harder for me to hear. So,
Instead of that, stick them in his mouth because it's gonna taste nasty too.
yeah, but he can just spit them out.
You tie him up.
He'll get bored eventually. He's like a kid, you know. He's got like all this energy, and then eventually he crashes. It's kind of funny, to be honest.
Shulza, you want to add anything?
I don't know. What do you have to add to this conversation?
You will know one thing, actually,
I
Shulza.
think
You're
she's
the
wearing
only.
sandals, so she doesn't have socks to shove in her mouth. So
You are the one that noticed this first, other than the fact that Bang noticed it because she's the one that did it. It didn't last very long, but there was looks like part of Zakk's clothing has a big hole in it, like a burn hole. And it's
Sorry.
yeah, not
Is it recent or?
well, it's a yeah, definitely a burn mark. You don't recall it when you left,
yeah.
but it's there now. And he's not quite indecent, but he could be.
She would ask Zakk, did something and point to the hole in his clothes. What happened?
First time you noticed it, Zakk. This whole time, you never noticed it burn. You never noticed it go out, and you never noticed the breeze until now. That's kind of ooh. It's kind of now that it's getting cool and it's starting to get dark out and some of the thing. You're like, oh yeah,
Is Zakk on fire?
yeah. Bang lit him on fire, but Zakk doesn't know that. So
What are you gonna do? I mean,
Zakk just looking at this. He's gonna investigate the hole and see what the hell it is.
it's a burn hole, pretty big one.
Okay. Unfortunately, there's only one person he can assume can do burning.
hey, I don't do burning. I do hitting.
He turns to Bang and goes, Bang! What? You burnt my clothes!
What do you mean?
I have a burn mark on my clothes!
Did you put your flint in your pocket again?
No!
I don't know.
I don't know if I believe that. You just put all kinds of weird things in your pockets.
My pockets are full of sand! So I can throw it
See? So how do you know some of that sand isn't got flint in it?
I don't think sand has flint in it!
I don't specialize in sand. I specialize in other things, so I don't know. But to each your own.
Does he even have a flint?
I
What?
don't know. Do you?
I don't even think, I have a tinderbox.
So are
That's all
you
I have.
guys setting up watches as you're having this discussion, and I'm assuming you're prepping something for your taking some rations, setting out your bedrolls or
Yeah.
areas.
Ned will take the first watch.
Okay, before Ned takes the first watch, Zakk is going to do something. He's going to take his string and his belt.
Okay.
He's basically going to try his best, as far as he can, to basically encircle the entire wagon with the string, and then attach the belt to the either a tree or the cart itself. Basically set it up so that if someone steps on the string, the bell will ring.
So like basically making a boundary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to make
Warning.
an alarm or trip wire. Make me a survival check at disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay, that's a botch.
Oh dear. Okay, not a problem. So you think
I had a plan.
it's perfect. You've got an alarm set up. It's going to ring if anybody goes near your protected cargo. It's all good. So Ned, you are on first watch. You can make me a perception check.
Yeah, I will. 9.
9. You don't really notice anything. It's a little bit well, it's nighttime in the jungle. It's dark, and there's no fog this evening, but there is a light mist on the ground, but not much more than that.
While I am on my I'd like to do a couple of things.
Well, make me first of all. I know what you're looking for. Make me a perception check.
Yeah, I want to see if
Add it
those
with
two are
advantage. Because
with what?
With advantage.
Okay, well, yeah, I want to see if those two are asleep, like out. Let's call. So that, I got a natural 1 and thank Christ a 12 for 14.
14. Okay. With a 14, you think you spotted an opportunity where the one of them that was staying awake, it looks like he was reading something, and he's kind of nodded off a few times.
Nice.
And this last time he's nodded off, you think he's been out for a little bit.
All right, cool. I'll wait for like a minute or two, and then really kind of, and then when he's out, I'll
You think he's
creep
out?
over. What's up?
You think he's out?
Okay, I'll creep over to the bag as quietly as I can, stealthily, one might say.
Okay.
And try to open the bag and see what I can
Make
find.
me a stealth check.
I got a pretty good stealth actually. Proficiency stealth. Let's see. Come on, baby. 13 plus 4, 17.
Okay, you seem to be pretty quiet. He hasn't moved, and now that you're getting a little closer, he's. You're standing beside the cart, and you manage to kind of get yourself up onto the cart. You're now right beside this burlap sack.
I want to see what's in this bag for sure tonight.
It's tied up with just like a leather strap.
I'll try to untie it as I'll try to untie it. I don't want to try to like destroy it or anything because like I don't want to untie it.
The burlap itself it's new. It's not old or faded or rotted or anything like that. It's fairly new. The leather strap even looks new. You do manage to untie it, and as you just kind of peek open and look inside, what you see is kind of, in honesty, even as for you, it's a little breathtaking because what you see is this big clump of dirt and soil, this really dark, like for jungle soil. And coming out the top of it is a sapling.
Oh, nice.
And the leaves of the sapling are very lightly pulsing a jade color of green, very similar to the canopy above your heads.
Do I take a leaf or not?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want. I mean, it's just sapling right now. I don't want to. I mean, it's cool. It's good that I have that information. That's good enough for Ned. He's not a tree killer.
Okay, so it's just sitting there, and
I'm happy just knowing what's in the bag.
It just looked, when you first open it, because it's so dark out right now, and it's dark inside the sack, and as you open it, you just kind of see through the glowing of the little tiny leaves that are just starting to show. Just kind of gives that whole little canopy.
I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyways. Can I just reach out and touch one of the leaves?
Yes, you can. Make me a wisdom save, please.
Oh, shit.
Oh no. What have you done?
Ooh, 19 plus 2, 21.
Okay, so
Lucky.
Yeah, I know.
you sense, like your thoughts are your own, but you sense something poking at your mind
Like, what?
for a minute. It's not aggressive. It's not hurtful or harmful.
No.
It's just like,
does it feel like somebody's trying to kind of like get into my head, sort of?
you've had like someone telepathically reach out to you before.
Yeah.
It sort of feels like that.
No, that's enough for tonight. Now I'll close up the bag and tie it.
As
I'll try to.
As soon as you tie it back up, it goes away.
Yeah. I don't like magical stuff. That's not my area. But it's good to know it's in that bag. I'm gonna.
Meanwhile, a day's travel backwards at the Underhill Inn, there is a certain tiefling that senses that something was
Shit.
amiss. Just an odd feeling in the back of his mind. But
Thank
and
God
that
it
person's
isn't
watching,
Goblins.
so that's okay. They'll understand what
All
I'm
right.
talking about.
I'll sneak back out to the campfire and keep watching for the rest.
Okay, so you're back at the thing, and who do you wake up next in the watch?
Oh, I'm waking up. Who wants? Well, I saw Mercy kind of raise her hand.
Well, I want to do the last watch.
Okay, all right. I'll wake up Zakk then for sure. I'll go over and kick him really, really hard, just right in the leg.
Ow!
It's your turn.
You didn't have to kick me. I would have volunteered.
Well, I had to wake up somehow, and I figured that it was the best way.
Now I'm gonna go check the trap.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yep. The trap is, as far as you can tell, safe and secure, exactly the way you left it.
Okay, I'm going to go on and basically take my ball bearings and just start sprinkling them around.
Whereabouts are you sprinkling these ball bearings?
Basically, I'm gonna start from the back, and just go along the back first. And if I can continue on from there, basically, I'll try to do as much as I can to
Okay.
encircle.
Make me an intelligence check.
So you're doing like the boundary kind of, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm making a protective barrier of balls. That is a 15.
Okay, you're smart enough as you get your little pouch of ball bearings out, and you got them in your hand, and you're kind of looking down at the ground, and you're thinking to yourself, the whole point of the ball bearings is so that people will lose their footing on the ball bearings. The ground itself it's not muddy, but it's still a soft loam, very soft, dark jungle soil. So if it dawns on you that if you were to sprinkle your ball bearings and someone stepped on them, it'll just push the ball bearings into the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good idea, though.
Yeah, no, that is a good idea.
So while you're on watch, you can make me a perception check.
Okay. That's a 14.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So you get about maybe halfway through your watch, and you hear this weird.
I'm immediately drawing my pistols.
Okay. A few minutes go by, and it sounds a little closer.
Okay. I'm going to try to poke Shulza
Uh-huh.
with the butt end of my pistol.
He said poke this time. He didn't say
I
hit.
was just saying,
Yeah.
hitting her through the round.
Wake up!
Come on. It's a pilot.
He's like, Shulza,
Yeah.
something's
what?
going on outside.
Huh?
There's a noise out there.
Did you
Something-
hear it?
Something's making a sound.
Make me a perception check.
17.
You hear jungle sounds. Sounds like there could be something not far outside of where you're camping, but then again, it's nighttime in the jungle. I mean, nothing's really jumping out at
Something
you.
out at you?
So Jack just sounds a little jumpy.
Minute
Yeah.
goes by. 5 minutes go by. It's all quiet.
She's kind of sitting up in her bedroll. It's like, we're in the woods. I hear animals. And she kind of just like groggily just sits up. And she doesn't hear anything. So she just kind of just wants to look around. She'll stand up.
You do a little once around the
That's
camp.
all.
You see. You get to actually make me a investigation check.
Okay. A 4.
Yeah, you don't see a sign of anything other than once you kind of, you guys are just off the road, so you kind of walk over to the road. You see some tracks that maybe have been a couple of days before. You go off road a little bit. You don't see any large footprints or tracks, or at least that you can tell anyway.
Okay, she'll just pat Zakk on the back. I don't see anything, and she wants to go back to bed.
Okay, so
It's like, good job.
takes you a
but
little bit to fall back to sleep, but you do manage to go back to sleep. And Zakk, the rest of your watch goes uneventful and pretty quiet, other than the fact that you're a little bit jumpy now at the every sound of every little branch or creek, or not sure what's real and what's not. That kind of situation. And you wake up. Shoot.
Ooh, we lost somebody.
We lost somebody.
Yep.
So
We lost Garrett.
you guys will have to bear with me. What I am going to do is, rather than monkey around with anything, I am going to switch over to this. I really don't like the idea of this being on there, so I will shrink it just a little bit. And if he makes it back, we'll correct it in the time. So.
It's inevitable.
There, and now I should be here to be heard, I think. Can you hear me out there okay, Honey Badger? Just want to make sure. We had a little faux pas. We lost Nedd. Okay, perfect. All right. So we're just showing currently just showing our overall player screen capture. So that's what everybody is watching right now. Just the four of us on the screen together. No overlays at the moment. So we will continue the best we can because we don't know whether or not, if it's a power outage, whether Nedd will make it back or when. So we'll go through that. So Bang, it is Zakk. You're waking Bang up. How do you wake Bang up?
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing with her as I did with Shulza. Poke with the butt of my gun.
Poke, poke.
Got the other gun basically out in case something attacks me while I'm doing this.
So Bang, you're woken up by Zakk poking you with the butt end of his pistol, and he's looking a little jumpy, actually, a little paranoid.
He's starting to get a little harder now.
No, she's like kind of trying to bat you away and stuff. It's not my turn yet. Go ahead.
He pokes you a little bit harder.
What? Into like, crack one eye open.
Something's going on out there.
And it is her watch. Your watch is over, Zakk. So
He goes, it's your watch anyways.
All right, fine. I should get up. She'll get up. And what you hearing?
Ah!
he tries to do some kind of weird screeching sound.
So she'll listen to see if she hears anything like this.
Perception check. Nope.
15.
15. You do not. Oops. Crap. I think Nedd is about to rejoin us. I'm just resetting this just in case and see where we're at. And it looks like we are all in the right spots, but we will find out if Nedd is able to return at some point in the future. So he is showing on the screen, but we'll see where we're at. Anyway, so yeah, what was your roll? Sorry, my apologies.
It was a 15.
15? You don't hear anything other than the standard jungle sounds.
Dad, it's just the jungles. We've been in the jungles for how long? And you don't recognize the jungle sounds. Come on.
It didn't sound like the normal things in the jungles.
So you Zakk, you try to lay down, but you're still a little bit uneasy. And the rest of your watch, bang, goes uneventful. And the last and final watch is Shulza's. So how do you wake Shulza up?
She'll get real close. Just and real nicely, just kind of pat her on the shoulder a little bit. Yours turns.
All right. So you return to slumber, bang. Probably reading a little bit of your spell book, I'm sure, ahead of time and whatnot, and then trying to slowly falling back to sleep. Shulza, you're awake and you're on watch. You can make me a perception check. Oh.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Shulza's on a roll today.
There we go. Reverb should be gone, and I'm switching back to this screen for now. With a dirty 20, you hear all kinds of wonderful things in the jungle. In the distance, you hear. Make me a nature check, please.
That's a nat 1 for 2. What were you saying about good roll?
You have no idea
nat one.
what's making that sound, but it does sound pretty far away.
She's been cloistered in the monastery too long. She's like, what is that?
Sounds like a peacock.
Yeah, so she hears it and she's just keeps listening, but
yeah. Other than I think you hear it maybe one more time, and it seems to be even further away. But yeah, it does pass, and you do start to feel that warmth, and there is a fog rising up from the ground at this point, and coming in as it looks like today is going to be a real warm one. There's a humidity already building in the air, and you have that slightly iron smell to the air, as if there might be a storm coming at some point.
like the ozone smell.
Yeah, that ozone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she'll just continue her watch, but
Yeah. So your watch goes by, and the rest of you guys eventually get up, and the acolytes are up. They have actually prepared, just a morning gruel in a pot above a fire. They have tea, no coffee or anything like that, but they have tea that they do make available to you guys if you want it, along with the gruel. Save yourself some rations if you choose. Anything you guys want to do specifically, or are we just going to continue along the journey?
I know Bay will do her normal morning routine of trying to lay her hair back as straight as she can this way, like this, nice and combed back. It never works because as soon as she gets upset, it'll go.
Yeah, even after about 10-15 minutes of you're all set to go, this little bing,
Yep.
you know, and then bing. So
Yep.
it happens. I'm gonna just stay on this particular screen for now until
until he gets
until we're sure what's gonna go on. So,
Uh,
yeah,
But yeah, and then she'll join and eat with them and stuff.
okay. So everybody,
Yeah, Shulza would do some like calisthenics, just like work out a little bit and then eat.
so that Shulza's morning routine is
Yep,
kind of like a
yep.
little bit of a
A
workout,
little bit of workout
and eat.
and
Okay.
Yep.
And
Zakk can basically adjust his little Jerry Rich trap.
okay, you've had the night to sleep on it, even though you are a little bit tired. You're not exhausted or anything like that, but your sleep was a little restless. You can make me a perception, actually an investigation check.
Okay. That's a 22.
Yeah, you kind of go over to check on it, and you realize pretty quick that for some reason you forgot to tie off one part of it, and it hasn't been rigged up all night.
Oh crap! I go and fix it up.
Okay, they're all packing up, getting ready to
Yeah.
go. So
Oh, then I'm just gonna pack it up myself and just go.
okay, so you do realize though that you didn't have an alarm set, but you know it was worth a try. So you guys eat your
about this.
you eat your breakfast and you have your tea if you like, and then you guys start along the pathway again. The next day goes by with the heat rising and the humidity. No rain as of yet, no darkening clouds above, but you still have that smell in the air that it smells like there is a storm that it could be coming, it could be just nearby. You're not 100% sure, but you do have that feeling. So next couple of days, same routine. You spend the day. Zakk tries to, sometimes successfully, sometimes not, sets up an alarm system, and you guys do your watch routines, and the nights go by. You do at one point think you hear again, and all of you hear it at some point during those travels, but it's during the day, that very similar sound in the distance, and then Zakk's like. And you've already heard this sound before, Shulza. Bang, first time you're hearing it, you can make me a nature check.
Yeah, I'd love to.
You've been a little bit more world traveled than the rest, so.
Ooh, net 20!
Nice!
25.
You are 100% positive that this is a peacock.
I call it too! Oh, that's awesome! I've actually been to zoos where they had peacocks roaming around, and that's what they sound like.
I tried.
my neighbors
I
have
call it.
peacocks. They're annoying.
Oh, that's
Yes,
awesome.
they are.
I call it.
Especially when they're making this sound, they're really annoying because, well, it's the time. It's the time. Hey,
Oh, that's nonsense. That's just a peacock.
we're joined.
Nice.
We are joined in our chat by none other than Moxx in our chat. Welcome to the stream. So we are now on the. So it's So it's been 3 days, 4 days. So on the 5th day, you guys are heading out, and same routine as always. You've gotten up in the morning, you've done your routines, and you start heading out, and you get to this spot that isn't too far away, maybe an hour or two up the road further, and there's this large brownish color. At first you're thinking it might be another tree root, like you've seen before, but this didn't quite look like a tree root. It's more smooth in nature. Could be a large, really large snake. Like not large as in huge, but as in like bigger than you, or as big as you at least. And it's maybe 120 feet up the road, and it's moving slightly. And you guys all see it. I mean, even actually the gnome sees it. Kind of go, do you guys see that? What is it?
Can I roll a perception check to see what exactly it is?
You can make me a. It's no, actually no. Yeah, you know what? Make me a history check at disadvantage.
Nat 1.
You don't have a clue what this is. You can make me a Shulza. You can make me a history check, straight, like without no disadvantage, just normal.
Zakk just basically just says, I got nothing.
She got nothing either. She got a 3.
No.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Bang, you can attempt if you'd like. Your DC will be higher, but there's no disadvantage on it.
Is that one to do it?
What's that?
Is it history?
Yeah, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, history.
That disadvantage?
No disadvantage.
All right. A 24.
24. You kind of see the way it's moving and the slight markings that are on it, like the creases that are on it. You are pretty sure that is definitely not a snake, and you're pretty sure that if you go anywhere near it, you might have to face it, but it's what they call a grick.
Oh, I know what a Greek is.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, I'll definitely message or just kind of pass it around. Hey guys, that's a Grix. And I would know that if you leave them alone, they usually leave you alone, right?
Yeah,
Like
in
in
general. In general,
General?
unless if it's hungry or what have you. I mean,
Okay.
Okay, Zakk
So yeah,
just looked.
she'll tell Shulza.
Shulza will look at Zakk
Okay.
and make sure he heard that to leave it alone.
Zakk just asked, what in the nine hells is a Grick?
It's just like this wormy thing, but it's got a big beak, and it can be kind of nasty to try and attack. So
Okay, don't attack.
that's about all I know about it, 'cause I've actually never faced one. I just know a little bit about them.
so you guys proceed with caution. And you start moving up, kind of taking the other side. At some point within the first 10 feet, you lose sight of it. Unless you all make me perception check.
Oh, God. Another nat 1.
Sure.
That's a 3.
I got a 9.
I didn't do much better. I rolled a 5.
Shulza would be watching the acolyte, not paying attention to me.
Yeah, you're completely
I'm gonna be
paying
like,
attention to someone
standing
else.
next to the-
Zack's not much better. He,
With a plus 2
I'm a
by the way,
9. I'm not much better.
even with the 7, you're still oblivious to anything outside the cart
Yeah, I
area.
figured as much.
Bang, you're almost the same. Like you do glance over in that direction. You no longer see it, but there's rocks on the other side. Like you do see the, again, the jungle canopy and whatnot, and a lot of plant life, and there's ferns coming up and small brush. There's some boulders and rocks on the other side, but you don't see it. So maybe it's gone away.
Question.
Yep.
Would she know the difference between like a small Grick and a large Grick, and which one that was?
They are. This is probably would be humanoid size. So definitely not small, but
It's not. It's not the alpha.
no, this isn't like a huge. Yeah. This isn't like the Grick Mother or whatever they call her, but
Yeah, I think it's called the alpha, but it's been a long time since I looked at it.
yeah. So you're approaching. You guys are gonna do so with care. So you can all make me a stealth check, please.
Yay.
I'm not good at this.
Well, I'm supposed to be semi good at this. But I rolled really bad.
Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, a 16 for me.
That is a clean 20 for me.
Zakk, you're really quiet for the first time on the trip. I mean, quiet. Shulza, you're being pretty quiet. What did you roll, Bang? Not that good.
Yeah, a
Oh,
9.
A 9. Okay. You guys do note that Bang is making a little bit of noise along with the cart, though. I mean, she's not alone in that. You know, not being as quiet as the rest of you. You get to a certain point, and you all see movement on right by where that large rock was just a second ago. There's now this serpent-like creature that is now kind of rising up a little bit, almost like a snake, but you see what looks like the front of its mandible, like its front of its nose area, open up into kind of like these fold back, and there's this hooked beak inside that is looking at, or facing towards you guys currently as you go. The acolytes freak out. We know what that is, and they take cover behind the wagon or behind the cart. It looks hungry at the moment. So
That's not good. It looks hungry.
you guys can make me a initiative roll, please.
Zakk, you basically ask.
Come on, I'm rolling so bad today.
That's basically your ask. Is that the Grick?
That's what it is. Okay, so Bang, you rolled an 11.
Yep.
Okay, and shoot, we don't have them in there.
30-20.
Are you using D&D Beyond?
Who, me? I just rolled my die
Okay.
and added my modifier.
Okay, I say that because if you did if it was D&D Beyond, it would have been automatic. So, Shulza,
13.
13. Okay, and we will get started. Okay, and starting off is Zakk. What are you doing? It is exactly how far away it is. Where's that go?
I'm going to immediately use my bonus action.
20 feet away.
I'm using my bonus action to call it to Shulza. Can I shoot it?
Yes.
Bang!
Okay, and roll me to hit.
That don't look good.
Footage tries to feed it, but I don't know if he has enough food to do that.
That's a 13 to hit.
13 to hit. Second here. And that misses.
Yeah.
Okay, and next we have Shulza.
You said it was 20 feet away?
Yep.
She's going to stay clear of it and just shoot it at it with a dart.
Okay,
13 to hit.
misses.
Wait a minute. Bonus action. My first time. But this is my first combat with her, so I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay.
And my first monk, so Oh. I'm gonna spend a key point and go and move. I guess I will move into melee with it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do flurry of blows and punch it twice.
All right. Go for it.
Okay. First is a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
How do you do?
We double the die.
Oh, okay. So it does it on D&D Beyond. That's fine.
Yeah.
So that's 9 damage for the first, and second attack is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 5 more points of damage. And that is my turn. Oops, let me take off the key.
Okay, so
Where is it?
it was 9 and
9 and 5.
and 5. Okay.
Is the 9 with the double?
Yeah, it's only a D4 for my +1. For my.
Okay.
I did not get good rolls on damage.
Here, thanks. Bang.
Alright, I think, let's see here. Oh no, she's right there.
Don't blow me up.
Yeah, because this is a
I
cone
should-
based model. Up, I could go next to you so it wouldn't hit you.
Okay. Sorry. What was that?
What I basically want to do is, I wanted to try and hit it harder, so I wanted to do burning hands, but I want to make sure I don't hit her with it, because the range is a cone shape, self to 15 feet cone.
Yep.
And I don't want to hit her, so like what I do is like kind of shift my position.
Yep.
That to where I just hit the Grick.
Yep, that's doable.
That is a dex of 13 to avoid it. And I think that's what happens.
22. Is that half damage?
Yeah, it's half. It's half as much if you pass. So, and I'm doing that at second level. So, half of 12.
Okay, so take 6.
By the way, they are called Grick Alphas.
It is alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a big one.
All right. Anything else, or is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. And it now moves and sitting right on top of it, so it will be focusing its attention on Shulza actually right now. As it makes a
Yeah, I like that. Bring it. Yeah, I'm gonna let the monk be the one up front right now, because
Yeah.
I'm a squishy wizard.
Well, I was gonna
15
pull
to hit
back,
Shulza.
but- Oh yeah.
Okay, and the 6 slashing damage.
Ooh.
And it's basically as this tentacle comes out and lashes around you, it kind of slashes and tears at the skin, and it now brings its beak down to hit with a 23 to hit,
Oh yeah.
and it's only 3 points of damage on that.
Oh,
Piercing.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys see this thing sort of has Shulza not grappled, but sort of kind of holding her, and just she's bleeding off of the side where the tentacles are wrapped around, and the beak has just gashed at her shoulder.
Okay.
And it is now top of the round, and we are back.
That doesn't look healthy.
Back to Zakk.
Okay. How many people are in my way of shooting this thing?
The only person that's right beside it right now is Shulza. But it is. I mean, it's just like hitting something. It's not grappling her, so you're not going to have to roll with disadvantage. You're not gonna. If you roll a 1, you're not guaranteed that you're gonna hit her or anything like that. So.
All right. That's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Bang.
All right.
Yes.
I was waiting
Okay,
for
now I
that.
gotta roll damage. That would be 1d10 plus 5, it looks like. Gotta get the d10 out. That's 10 damage.
Okay. You fire off, and you know the bullet basically pierces this thing, but it doesn't look like it got the real depth that it should. You notice that when it takes the hit, but it's that skin is of it. It's pretty tough.
This is going to be annoying.
And Shulza, you're up.
Okay. I am going to just punch it, but I'm going to use Breath of the Dragon. So when I take an attack, I can, instead of my regular attack, I can use basically a draconic breath weapon, either in a 20-foot cone or a 30-foot line. I'm going to just do it in a line straight into the thing.
Okay.
And I get to choose what kind of damage.
Yep.
And I'm going to choose acid damage. It has to make a dex saving throw of 12, or it takes half damage.
I always loved that ability. It's such a cool one.
Not the greatest rolls. So if it fails the save, it takes 6. If it passes the dex save, it takes 3.
It
And it's acid damage.
6. You said for full.
Full.
It failed.
I am really doing bad on the damage roll.
This actually seems to have. I'm gonna just keep this screen on because we've got Nedd back, but rather than have to adjust the screens again, just to make certain for a few minutes anyway, that we're there. So we will. You can roll Nedd when you want to, if you're able to. If your connection's stable enough, you can roll me an initiative to see if you can jump in or not. If you can't, you can't.
I can't even see anything right now. Like it won't. I'm having a really bad night. This is not good. I'm getting really angry here.
We got no map up, just so you know. We're just Theater of the Mining this one, so
It doesn't help. Yeah, sorry guys. It'll take me a second or two to get my character sheet back up.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on. It's my computer's decided that it doesn't want to cooperate, and it's going to go super slow tonight, which really isn't beneficial to anybody.
no. But that's, you know what, it is what it is. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to put the stream, guys, everybody out there, just so you know, I'm going to put you on hold and put us on into a break. It is 8 o'clock anyway, so we'll take a 5-minute recess here, and we'll get Nedd back in and ready to go, and we'll go from there and see what happens on the road again. All right, guys, see you back in a few minutes. everybody. Welcome back. Sorry about the little pause, but we like to take a break anyway. We, sometimes we need to get fresh bottles of water and whatnot, reboot computers, kick computers, throw the computer out the window. Yeah, we've all had those days, unfortunately, and they suck.
Whatever.
My brother's actually done that. Not
but
with
we're
a computer,
here.
But he's actually done that.
Where we last left it, Shulza had just made this wicked attack, where you see the flesh of this thing literally melting off of its exoskeleton or what have you, or musculature that it has.
Would you like your Greek extra?
Yeah, exactly. What is like crispy Grick? So that's happening. We're gonna jump now to Nedd, who's just kind of got a little bit winded there as you guys were he was kind of trying to stealth himself and then fell back a little bit and then caught up, so he's jogging up. And as you come up, you see them engaged with this monstrosity of a open mouth, sharp beak Grick that's coiled up like a serpent.
Oh crap! I'm assuming we're killing this thing, right?
Oh yeah, you see it damaged. There's blood. There's blood coming out of Shulza from multiple wounds.
Yes, Shulza
right.
said yes.
Fred, and I'm gonna manifest an echo.
Okay. That's a free action, correct?
From me.
Manifesting the echo, that's a free action, or is that a
No, it's bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yep.
All right.
How far is it from me?
20 feet.
It is 20 feet.
Well, 30 feet if you're going to stay back, or 20 feet if you're going to get up with the rest of them. Shulz is actually right there.
I'll move my echo up so it's next to it. Can I do that?
Yep, it's right beside Shulza.
And then I will use 1 second here. It's very slow right now, unfortunately. I will hit at it with my my echo will hit at it. And I'm also going to use Unleashed Incarnation to get 2 attacks. You can heighten your Echo's Fury whenever you take the attack action. You can make 1 additional melee attack from the Echo's position, but the Echo is already taking an attack, so technically it would get 2, right?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's try this here. Plus 6. That's not good. 9 on the first one. I'm assuming that misses.
Yeah, it misses, yeah.
That's much better, though. A 24 to hit.
That hits.
Ooh, I'm using both hands on this bad boy, so that's 1d10 plus 4. Let me pull out a d10 under the magic bag of d10s and stuff. Well, magic bag of everything. This one. Nope, that's bad. I rolled a 1. Give me 1 second because I may have a little thing. I don't know if I do or not yet. No, I can't. Okay. Is it? Would you say that this creature is larger than me, though?
It is larger than you, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use the Fury of the Small to add 3 damage to that because I don't roll a 1. So it was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bludgeoning to it.
8 bludgeoning damage?
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that's my turn.
Exactly what I was thinking.
No.
It is a solid hit. However, as you see the contact, you're noticing it's not affecting it as much as you thought it should.
Okay.
It is looking pretty hurt.
I think the Echo's attacks count as magical, though.
Okay, if it's class.
I'm not sure. I thought I had read that somewhere. Give me a second. Go ahead and figure it out, and I'll see if I can figure that out.
Yeah. But yeah, if it's it makes a big difference.
Oh no, you know what? It's not. Never mind.
No,
Forget it.
the echo is a magical object.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's not. It's. I thought I had read that, but it's different.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay. Hey, it was worth a shot. It is looking pretty beat up, mind you. This.
That's good to know, anyways. Though.
So now we are on to Bang.
Okay, well that seemed to work pretty good.
Now you do know right now that right there in front of it is Shulza and
Yeah, because
his
I would not want to do the cone again, because it'd be really hard to angle it now that I got two up there. But since the fire worked decently, I'll go try and do a firebolt. So we're
Yep.
gonna
roll away.
try that instead. Ooh, 24 to hit.
That hits.
5 damage.
How do you want to do it?
Ooh.
Hey! It doesn't even have. It doesn't have any eyes, does it? Because it's, not, it's like. We'll put it. We'll try to aim it right down its throat in his mouth.
So you see, yeah, you see its beak come up, and it looks like it's going to be. It looks like it's going to make a bite at you again. But as it's kind of moving towards you, this streaking bolt of fire just shoots over top of your head and goes right into its gullet, right down, and it just kind of stops in its tracks momentarily, and then poof, like a puff of smoke, and it collapses.
I love it. See, Zakk? See? Leave the fires to the experts.
He goes,
Shulza just stays in a defensive stance just for a minute or two afterwards.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Looks
shock.
over.
It looked because you
Like-
were
like right over my head. I'm like,
you took some
Zakk-
solid hits.
Zach just raises her finger and says, "That was faulty. I can't be responsible for them selling faulty merchandise."
Whoa. That was terrifying.
Oh my goodness!
That's just kind of hanging out going,
I just look at Nedd's echo and try to pat it on the back and forgetting that it's in.
Not there.
My hand goes right through it, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's not a solid.
No,
I don't think it is anyway.
Ned's just kind of hanging back, and he calls Fred over and goes, "Yeah, that was crazy. Fire. I like fire."
Yeah, you see this thing as it's now this curled up on the ground. Its beak has got like these char marks around the outside of it. It's kind of just lolling there.
That's cool.
The rest of it's, I mean, to be honest with you, it's pretty beat up, but from the top part of it anyway. The bottom part is all there. You do know, Bang, because you're the one that made the check on this thing on what it was. You do know that in certain parts of the world, people eat brick flesh.
Hey guys, guess what?
What?
Some places they actually eat these things, so it's edible. We should try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you try it first.
Remind me.
Okay, I learned it in my books and my travels and stuff. So
All right.
Remind me to
I
give
trust-
Badger
I
some
trust my
experience
knowledge.
when we get back to the-
I bet it tastes like
Okay.
I'll
With
let them
that-
do that. But Shulza wants to like take the beak because it's. I assume it would be hard
Yes.
to maybe make something with it, maybe a necklace or something later.
It's
Wow.
pretty big. I mean, it's about the size of a
Good.
goblin head.
Ah.
So it is. Yeah,
Okay, so it's bigger than I thought. Never,
a perfect helmet.
These things are classified as a medium-sized
Medium-sized.
monstrosity.
okay.
So
Mhm.
they weren't actually a size larger category than you guys, but they are still. I mean, they're technically. This is technically a little bit bigger than you guys are. Well,
Yeah.
not you, Shulza, but
Yeah, I
It's
was gonna
about the
say
size
she would
of you.
still try it.
All right.
But yeah, so that's
So-
almost like getting a shark jaw. If you were taking its
Yeah.
beak, it would be
Okay.
that kind of a trophy.
Yeah, she wants a trophy, so she'd take the beak.
Zach is
Is there anything else that's like salvageable from it? We could.
It's
Are they
tentacles, but then again, they're very meaty. I mean, it doesn't seem to have any skeleton. It seems like it's all like muscle.
It's got
mass.
carapace on the outside, right?
Yeah, just like it's more of a hide almost than a carapace.
Right. Okay. Zach,
Yeah,
hearing that this thing is edible.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm definitely gonna try to actually, harvest some of the meat and try and cook it up and stuff.
I'm basically going to take my knife and just cut a little piece of charred flesh off and just pop it in my mouth like,
Well, so it's midway through the day, so you've cut it up. And now, what do? Like, you don't have a fire going right now. You're
I can fix that.
like, are you setting up camp early? Like it's only a couple hours after you
Yeah.
started the trip.
I'll just.
How do you know what you can do your hyper thing?
Nope.
It's your see. I think what she'd probably do is like try to wrap it up in some of the hide so that it doesn't bleed on anything. Kind of wrap it up in its own hide to kind of preserve it, and take it with her so that she can eat it at the end of the day, as much as she can carry without like bogging herself down. So
Okay.
that she can feed the whole group because she's gonna cook it up for everybody. Which you don't want her to cook because I have a survival of +1. So
Okay, so you're doing that. Shulza, what were you doing?
I was just gonna collect the beak and I'll let them do
Fight
it.
over the rest of it.
Yeah, fight
Okay,
over
so
the rest of it.
you're busy cutting the beak off as they're doing that. Zakk, you're taking some of the meat.
Yeah, I basically just gonna take a piece of the charred bit and just pop it in my mouth. Try
So
to sneak
from its mouth.
No. I'm
Right,
gonna
right,
pop
right.
a piece in my mouth.
Well, that's where the
Yeah,
charred
pop.
part is its mouth.
Okay.
You eat its tongue.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'll
did
take
burn
the
it
tongue.
earlier too.
I'll take the tongue.
So you take a piece of tongue and you go to eat it. As you've got it popped in your mouth, and you see that the kobold, the acolyte, kind of watching you guys over the thing, and you're just kind of looking around, and you rip the tongue out of this thing, and you pop it in your mouth, and you see the kobold go.
Aww.
Too late. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh
Oh God, no. What have I done?
no!
Oh yeah, and it's covered with acid too.
Oh God.
Yeah, he sprayed it with acid too.
How bad?
Oh God. I rolled a 4. And
Yeah, you fail.
my constitution is +1.
You fail. You're vomiting violent. It's the most disgusting thing you've ever put in your mouth, and you're a goblin. You've put some pretty nasty things in your mouth. Just saying. I know that didn't sound good either. I know someone in our chat is going to say that didn't sound good. Well, there it is.
I basically just retch all over the damn thing then.
Oh yeah, it's gross.
I
And then
didn't say eat the
The
tongue. I said
kobold
eat
finishes his sentence that he was starting is, don't eat that part.
like what he said.
And as
Yeah.
for the gnome, as you're doing that, Nedd, what are you doing as you're seeing this go on and he's taking a bite out of the tongue?
I'm just trying to keep an ear open for any of its family. Like we said, it was a baby, so maybe I'm kind of nervous that maybe its mother is like hanging around.
Yep, it could be. Yeah. All right. You're just kind of watching. You're doing the responsible thing and being the
I'm
being the
keeping up
lookout.
guard.
The gnome, what he does is, even though like the kobold was trying to save Zakk from a retching situation.
Oh, there's no saving Zakk.
Yeah, they're coming to terms with that too, I think, already. The gnome approaches Bang as you're wrapping up that meat in its own carapace, and he pulls out a pouch, and out of that pouch, it looks like he's got salt, and he sprinkles some of that on top of it before you wrap it,
That'll make it much better.
and he says that should keep it until the end of the day.
Nice.
Thank you.
It doesn't taste half bad, so you know.
Uh-huh.
Some people pay a lot of money for this stuff.
Uh-huh.
Really?
They're crazy.
Money.
Also-
you
Yeah, the
say.
gnome kind of goes, yeah, it's a delicacy in some places.
Where do you think the closest
That's
place we could sell this is? Maybe.
Well, I think even back at the Underhill, I think Prescott would buy some of this off you for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
He's
we
the
want to
biggest
go to like a
buyer.
big city where there's a lot of money, right?
Oh,
Because
you
I mean,
wanna go
the
to
other
the
hill
big
end is
city.
great. Don't get me wrong, but it's rustic,
He looks at Shulza and kind of says, well, if you want the big city, you might have to get her to take you.
Yeah.
We don't go down that far south. We
Oh,
don't need the
well,
wood.
I don't like bigger cities.
I know. I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but there's a lot of money in big cities. I got to tell you. Lots
there- there
of
is.
Also,
yeah,
people
if
that
you
don't
know,
like
We
that.
don't have much use for money where we are, but
Oh, yeah. Well,
You know.
yeah. Well,
I understand.
you druids, I guess. That's a
I
druid
understand. I
thing.
wasn't always a druid, you know.
What?
I wasn't always a druid. My dad was a
Yeah, but
merchant.
you are now, so I mean,
Oh.
you know.
Yeah, well,
Not that I got anything against druids. Druids are very cool. I
thank
like
you.
druids. Some of my best friends are druids.
Thank you. So they go about,
Probably.
you know, wrapping stuff up, and you.
Zakk now approaching Nedd because Zakk got a pretty good idea.
How much of this bang were you taking? Just enough for you?
Basically, I was trying to take as much meat. I was trying to do a meal for the the group
you've
if I
got
thought I could handle it.
you've got upwards of 200 pounds of flesh that you could take.
But I'm basically what I'm trying to do is take enough for us to eat or whatever because I know that I can't carry 200 pounds. You know,
You got a wagon.
For you, I mean, no more than 2 pounds would be way more than enough to feed you guys for the day.
oh yeah,
It won't
yeah.
keep for. It might keep for 2 days tops in this heat, but
Yeah, and that was the thing is it's real. That's what I was worried about. Is like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna end up with this rotting corpse on
Yeah.
our thing if we're not.
I mean, if you, as I said, because you're
The only
taking
other
a
thing I
piece
thought
of it,
about
if you took
doing
the
is
whole
like
thing, the inside of it, it's like when you age. I don't know if you guys have ever seen aging beef when they age a cow. They hang it, the entire carcass, and it just sits there for that amount of time. So when the actual farmer goes out or the butcher goes out to cut it up, it's all black and kind of on the outside of it. So they trim it back like you would with a gyro. When you see a gyro on a spit, they trim it back, get rid of all the garbage stuff, and the stuff that's in the middle is what they send to market, to the store.
The more
Really?
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's the more you know, the less you want to eat it, but you know.
I live on a farm.
Well, I know,
so,
like,
yeah.
in
Yeah, I lived on a
Minnesota.
farm for years. I mean, it's not
Well,
a big deal.
in Minnesota, actually, we would get a lot of deer, and of course, it was colder up in that time, and so you could hang a dead deer up in your tree. You know, you gut it and all that fun stuff, but you hung it up in the tree to get rid of all the extra blood.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple times that we kept it up there too long, and it was frozen solid.
Hey guys, let's focus here.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got the meat. Ned, how much of it are you taking, if any?
I'll take probably 10 or 15 pounds, anyways.
Okay.
Enough that I can sell a little bit of it. If I get the chance. If it's bad when I go to sell it, then I'll just toss it. But at least I'd rather have it. You know what I mean?
Yep. So
Okay.
you take a big chunk of it, and
Yeah.
the gnome offers a little bit of salt for you. He says it won't do much, and then he just tells you that the outer portion of that might be garbage when you get it somewhere, but there should be an inner core to it, and
Yeah.
that'll be really tender and well aged.
Where did you get this salt?
Oh, well, we get it from a trader that comes to see us from Elderlock.
Yeah.
And you do know, like, Shulza as well in Elderlock, spices and minerals and salts. It's very much like a Calcutta type city.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's crazy.
Maybe the next time you get some salt, you could pick some up for me. You know, just in case. Maybe like a bottle or two, or something.
We'll bring it. We'll bring some by.
that's
They
very
sent
nice.
us an errands to the inn a few times.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
very kind.
Zack's gonna approach Nedd.
Yes.
He goes, "I have an idea.
Oh God. Tell me your idea, please.
We could
All
st-
he is.
you and me can work together, and we could scam some money out of some people for this crappy meat."
This isn't crappy meat at all. It's good meat.
Yeah, the only person that's actually eaten anything from it so far has been Zakk. You've seen him vomit from it, but it was the
I haven't.
tongue.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but you ate the tongue. You're not supposed to eat the tongue. Don't eat the tongue. Who eats tongue?
You eat the tongue of cows. You eat the tongue of.
I don't eat the tongue of cows. That's terrible.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
when you're
disgusting.
going up on the street, you eat whatever you can find.
You got to be very. See, now this is your mistake right here, my friend. You've got to be very choosy with your meat. Your meat is very important to your diet.
You
And
do
if
hear the
choose wrong
kobold
meat-
say in Goblin. The kobold says in Goblin, well, could be human tongue because that's kind of tasty.
I suppose
I
it's
like
a
him.
delicacy. Eh,
And the gnome looks lost. Like he obviously doesn't understand goblins.
Yeah.
Bang's loving it.
I personally do not dine on tongue.
You just hear that go. Look, Nedd.
Wow, we've kind of gone down a couple of southward roads in this episode.
My mind flicked there for just a split second.
Long enough to show on your face. It was like, yeah, okay.
You just hear Zakk go. Look. Me and my brothers had to eat rats at one point. You know, when you're living on the streets, you don't get much of an option.
Yeah, but I wouldn't eat the rat's tongue.
He goes, well, the tongue's probably not big enough.
There you go.
It's tiny.
He goes, but in this case, the tongue is of substance.
Well, okay. Here you go. Eat the tongue when it's cooked properly, not raw.
Well, it was charred by Bang.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's cooked.
I never said eat the tongue. I said eat the meat.
Wait, tongues are meats.
The tongue is meat.
I'm
I
assuming you
can
guys
see
are
how
walking
you-
as you're.
But I mean,
talking.
like,
We're walking and
That's not what
talking.
we do.
He goes, beyond the point. Beyond the point.
So you've packaged up what you're bringing, and you guys are headed along the roadway that you're gone. And by the way, for the chat, I did tell you it's not safe for work.
No.
So we are headed down the road, and this day passes by, and that smell has remained constant in the air. That it just feels like there is a nasty storm somewhere. And you guys set up camp again like you normally do in the routine. As I said, you're on day 5 now that you've been out of 12 days trip to get there, and you are cooking up your portions of meat. Bang, you were the one that said you're preparing it for the group. You're kind of putting it on the fire. The gnome is willing to offer help if you would like.
yes.
So
He is actually asking because that isn't her expertise. She's not actually a cook. She knows things.
okay,
Not
you can add his +3
yay.
to your roll for a survival check, please.
I get a +0. I can't help with that.
That's not going to help because even with his +3, that's only an 8.
Oh my! So you cook it up, you know, and you serve it to everybody. A portion of meat. I mean, it looks like, you know, cooked meat. It's kind of got a weird texture to it. Kind of the coloration of tuna.
Oh God!
Yeah. It looks like, and you know how tuna when it's just salted, and you've got just the outside has that. The outside looks cooked, and then the inside is essentially raw tuna. Is pretty much what Bang serves you guys, in what looks like steaks. And you know, and
This is my first time cooking. I hope
and
she
even
likes it.
the gnome is just like, well, I've never actually cooked Rick myself, but it looks like Rick.
Zakk goes, yeah, I'll try it again.
Okay.
Maybe cooked it might be. It might be
So
better.
you try it, and you know what? In all honesty, it's not the worst thing you've ever eaten. It's actually pretty darn good in comparison to some of the stuff you've eaten.
Like the
And
tongue.
compared to the tongue, oh man, this is like this is like a steak compared to the tongue.
He goes, we that can work.
So Zakk doesn't seem to mind it. He takes a big bite out of it.
Zakk
actually be
is
liking
surprised to say, "Yeah, we can use this to scam people. We could look for a mark and say it's for a different price than it's actually worth."
I think the look
But it's already worth stuff.
I'm assuming Shulza has that look like, what the
Yeah,
hell are you
she's
doing?
pretty banged up. She's just slowly eating, just looking at him.
I don't think your plan is a plan.
Yeah, you've got your
why
leader who
would-
looks extremely hurt, by the way. You know, and she's just
Yeah,
she's
I don't
looking
really
at
have a way
you
to
as
feel
in,
her.
like,
Oh,
what
oh
the-
no! I mean, she's fine. If we get a night's rest, she'll be fine. But
Okay.
she's just like listening to you, thinking, "Why do we have to scam them when people actually buy this?"
Yeah.
It's like, why are we talking about?
And because you didn't say you were being quiet about too much, Zakk.
Yeah, you were.
The gnome,
I
the
assume
gnome
you were
actually
right next to us.
leans over and he says, "Aren't you guys supposed to be helping the image of goblins?"
So did this
And
look
this is
like
coming
you're
from the
here?
gnome, and he's not
Yeah.
being, doesn't look like he's being mean or anything like that. He's actually being serious. Like,
I mean,
Right.
Hey, I'm helping, aren't I?
I know Knack very well, so you don't have to justify who you are to me. But I'm just saying, a lot of people think of goblins as up to no good thieves and worse. You know.
well,
Well,
I don't know about Zakk. Zakk seems to back that, but I don't.
But I have a guinea pig named Skunk. I still have.
yeah. See, that's the thing. That's not actually far from the truth.
yeah, it is like just straight up go, but I am a thief.
What?
Yeah. See, like
Yes.
that's what I mean, right? Because yeah.
Actually,
The gnome says,
they
I understand, but I think it's because aren't you guys though paid to make the things better as a whole? Even though you may be those.
Is that what we're getting paid for?
I
He
don't
goes,
know.
"You're right."
I'm just asking.
He goes, "You're right." I didn't even think of that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
we're supposed to make it look good, Zakk.
hey, there's always tomorrow, right? We can try to do that tomorrow.
And you can make Ned, you can make me an insight check actually.
Sure.
You just hear Zach just say to Ben, "I was just trying to get more money."
also it's Patches. Oh my lord, Patches.
It's caught.
Oh,
12.
12?
12.
You sense that there's. I mean, you definitely sense he's it being
Okay.
100% sincere and honest with you.
Yeah, sure.
But there's seems to be an underlying reason that he's probing for such questions. You're not sure of the 100% intention. You know it's not to be deceitful, but
Yeah.
the reason he's asking really doesn't seem to have much to do with you guys.
Why do you ask? Just out of curiosity. I mean, have you never met too many goblins in your life, or?
Well, I've the Underhill's always got goblins and orcs and well, there's even Flark. I'm sure you've met Flark. Flark's a good friend of mine. Flark's the big bugbear guy.
I'm
Bodyguard.
probably sure I've run into him
Well, I
once.
know he's ran into your friend Zakk a few times.
Well, yeah, I know that. Everybody's run into Zakk,
Yeah.
whether they want to or not.
That just
But-
kind of runs into
And I've always
everybody.
had good relationship with Knack. Knack is a good guy. You know, well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I've learned a long time ago that we're all the same. I mean, trust me, because they don't think good things about us gnomes too much either. Or at least they I mean, in certain parts of the world anyway. And you know who can be even worse is halflings. Halflings get our kinds in so much trouble, and he's being sincere with you. And he kind of looks around and he notices that the kobold is kind of nodding off a little bit, and he says, "Yeah, and I just don't know if I'm fighting for the right cause. I don't know if this life is for me."
What kind of cause do you want to fight for? I mean, what's in your heart?
Are you being sincere?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm having a genuine conversation.
Okay,
with
because he rolled an 18 on the insight, so he's just
No. Yeah, no.
he looks a little cautious, and
Are we all talking now?
well, he's
all-
being huddled right now, currently with Nedd, and in a quiet conversation at the moment.
So I would have to roll a perception to hear this.
You can roll a perception, and I will ask you momentarily. So,
Okay.
So he looks at you, Nedd, and says, well, I like nature, and I believe in preserving our forest, and I know the Viridian Order does that though too. because we work with them a lot, and the Viridian Order is well, kind of you guys. They're
what if? Yeah.
you know, so I want to make a difference for peoples too,
Hmm.
not just the trees and the animals.
Well, I mean, you could always talk to our, I mean, Shulza is our leader, and but I mean, there's even somebody above her, kind of people who hire us. There's no reason. I don't think why you couldn't talk to them and maybe.
You just can't tell Knack. You'd never.
Oh no, I wouldn't say anything at all ever.
What did you roll, Zakk?
I'm rolling that now. Okay. That's a 14 in total.
You
I don't think we're hiding the
they're
conversation.
not. You can't really make out the detail. You know they're having a conversation, and you know it looks serious. Like they're not joking around or any laughter and that. You can't really make out all the details of the conversation.
All right.
Other than the fact that it's going back and forth, and the gnome and Nedd are looking very sincere and honest at each other and talking. So you are perceiving the two of them, Shulza and Bang. What about you two? What's going on? Well, you guys notice the two of them in just kind of sitting off by themselves.
I think Shulza just. Oh, go ahead.
I was just asking you specifically. You think that's okay?
Well, at this point, she's just like bandaging herself up. What do you mean? Okay with?
The two of them talking.
I don't see why two people can't talk. She's like kind of wrapping up her wounds. And
You guys can make me a perception or an insight check if you want.
I got a 5, so I didn't hear anything. Okay, I already rolled it. I'm like, no, she's too busy like taking care of
Bang,
it.
did you want to take a shot at it?
Yeah. I'm gonna roll one. Oh, I got an 18 for perception.
Nice.
Okay. You do know that for perception, you know they're actually having a conversation. You notice the exact same thing that Zakk did. They are having a very serious toned conversation, not angry or not sad, not joking, but just a real sincere, level-headed conversation.
Guy talk.
You don't make out the details of all of it, but you do hear the word nature a couple of times. You do hear Viridian Order used because it pops right out at you when you hear it, but that's about it.
Okay.
So that's what Bang, you noticed the two words that really stood out from the conversation, but you and Zakk both know that it was a serious conversation that was had.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna eat my meal. I think I'm gonna leave them eat.
Zack's gonna approach Nedd and the other guy, and he's gonna be like, "So, what are you guys talking about?"
We're talking about the way that we're gonna screw you up next time.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What
The gnome actually smiles and goes, "Yeah, I think that's a good idea."
What did I do this time?
And the gnome gets up and
you'll
goes to sit
do
beside his
something.
buddy. The gnome just gets up from Nedd and he just
Good
kinda
talk, buddy.
nods to you.
We should continue this conversation later, my friend. You're a good man. I
think so.
All right.
So he
Keep
goes and
believing in
sits with
yourself.
the kobold, and eventually they tuck themselves in, and you guys do your watch routine for the night. But if you guys all eat the meat, you don't have
I will.
you don't have to make a con check or anything like that. It is Zakk thought it was pretty good. Shulza, it's horribly cooked. It's not that it tastes horrible. It's just that it's not well cooked.
Not
And
well cooked, but,
Nedd,
she's
you've had
from the
worse.
monastery.
I mean, it's
That's pretty
average
good.
for Nedd. I mean, but it probably could be a little more dark for your liking. But that's whatever. You're a goblin. Goblins in general are very hardy because they're used to eating whatever they can find, or kill, or steal, or
really.
it's anything goes. And that's good. And they're very resourceful that way. Just double checking that my mic is okay on your end for you guys.
Yeah, I hear you, fine.
Okay, just making sure because I just got a warning on my screen that my
Oh,
mic was acting up. So,
Um,
anyway, so
Okay.
you guys, you all eat it. So that's how you kind of do it. And bang, as you eat it, even you kind of realize partway through that, you know what, you've had worse, but you've had way better, and it was definitely undercooked. But
I think he'll be like, sorry, I'm not much of a cook, but at least it was good meat,
there
right?
was lots of protein, that's for sure.
you said something about we could like almost, I don't know, maybe like smell or sense like an oncoming storm or something like that.
You know that smell of iron that's in the air, that the
Mhm.
the very ion charged particles in the
Yeah,
air.
yeah,
You
yeah,
smell it.
yeah.
It's been like that now for several days.
Can I don't know, maybe do like a survival check or something like that to see if I can, I don't know. Does it, is it getting any stronger or like the scent or whatever?
It's been consistent. It hasn't been getting stronger. The sky really hasn't darkened too much. Um, there's been patches of overcast, but again, you see mostly canopy above you all the time in the jungle.
Mhm.
It's just those small patches of the sky that do open up, and at nighttime it's just black. I mean, other than the canopy, all you see is those glowing leaves above.
And how tall are the trees here?
The normal trees are probably, the ones that are closest to the road, probably about 15, 20 feet, so not very tall. The ones that are just as you move further out, they get bigger until you get to
Yeah.
the Viridian trees, which are over 100 feet tall.
Oh wow.
They,
Okay.
they go up and they form this massive tree-like canopy over top that pretty well shadows everything underneath them, other than the fact that those pinpoint like starlights of green,
Yeah.
light.
Sure.
So
Okay.
there are other kinds of trees, but it's the Viridians that really form the overall
Yeah. Sure.
protective umbrella, so to speak. Actually, that pretty well sums it up. It's like an umbrella.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Cool.
All right. So yeah, you guys, that's how you've done it, and now I just lost my train of thought. Where were we?
Okay.
Sleep, maybe, hopefully, a long rest, hopefully.
Sorry.
I said hopefully a long rest.
Yes,
Yeah.
the long rest
Because
is
I'm
definitely,
pretty-
definitely
Yeah,
the
of
long
course,
rest
Shulza
happens,
took a
so you
beating.
guys can all take a long rest that night
But,
without worry.
Zakk basically gonna spend the rest of the night during supper and afterwards just contemplating. He seems to be deep in thought. He at one point decides toward near the end of the night he starts approaching Shulza. He goes, "Shulza, can we talk? I'm kind of confused.
Okay.
Ever since Mekbag, brought me on this group, I've been doing my best to try to help as best I can, but I don't know. What the gnome
This is an
said,
existential.
Yeah.
it kind of, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm not upholding what I need to do now. You kind of got a good point. But I'm a thief at heart. I don't. What do I do?
I'm sure my sister brought you on for those skills, but you have to think about how you sound to others. She looks you dead in the eye. Yes, you're a thief, but those skills can be used in other ways. Um, she thinks hard about how to say this without. It's like, oh, she really wants to say something, but she really doesn't want to hurt his feelings. So she's like, just think about how you sound, how you come across. I I'm not sure how this group came together, honestly. I know my sister brought you together. I know you were a thief before. And your skills are very useful. But others might just hear you say, I'm a thief, and not trust you. So just think about how you sound. And then she'll just like
He
wait
goes,
for him
"Oh,
to
you're
respond.
not being trusted."
Yeah, right.
Oh, well. It's just like,
You tried.
never mind.
He goes,
She doesn't know what to say now.
he goes,
It's like,
it's hard
Maybe
for me to
trust is a
trust people
wrong word.
myself. He goes, "Ah, okay, I'll try to think about what you just said." He looks
Alright.
more confused than he was going into it.
You do get a long rest still, Zakk, but you do.
Yeah.
It is a restless sleep. You're thinking too much. When it comes down to it. And the next day, you guys get up and you continue along the way, and you're about halfway through your 8th day on the road when that smell that you've been smelling finally starts to break as you feel droplets of water slowly coming through the canopy above, about halfway through the day. The day goes on. It does pick up a little bit, the rainfall. There's starting to be small puddles formed in the roadway. It makes the travel's pretty easy still. I mean, it's not classified as difficult terrain, but it's slowing you a little bit as you go, and it looks like it's starting to get heavier as you're moving forward. And you get to a spot where you're hearing it's really dark because of the clouds over top. It's probably not quite sundown officially, but because of the clouds and the storm, it's definitely black down below. You guys do have infravision, of course, or low light vision or what have you. So you're able to find your way okay. You do hear at one point the sound of the rain sounds odd. You guys can all make me a perception check.
Ooh, that's a 10. And that's 10 total.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
14.
13.
13. Okay. So Nedd, you definitely you all hear it. This odd sound of the water, the rain. You realize that's not rainwater. You are hearing the rain, but you're also hearing a stream.
Oh, hey guys, I think there's like a creek or
not far.
something
It's
nearby.
kind of ahead, a little ways.
He's like, I hear that too.
We are going to.
Yeah.
Look this up. You guys could load in your owlbear if you like, just so you could see.
Yay.
Yeah, I'll see if this works.
If it doesn't, I mean, it's you basically see up the path coming through the jungle. There's a few openings here and there, and then you're at a spot where there's a creek that goes in front of you. The path crosses over the creek through. There are some stepping stones and whatnot, and it is so dark right now because of the storm. But you do see ahead. Let me switch over so that I can.
Whose head is it? Sorry.
You can see up in this direction here. There is over on that side. There is light. Flickering. There is flickering light over in this direction, on this side of the stream. Looks a little bit bigger. It's like torchlight, but it looks bigger than a torch. So it's probably a campfire of some kind. And it probably not far off the path. If the path, like you do see the path continue across the creek, it's here, but it looks like it's a little bit off of it.
Here's Zakk go, wait here. I'm the stealthiest. I might be good to scout that out.
How far?
I'm gonna go with you just in case.
You can move yourself up, Zakk, or you guys move yourself up to how far you're willing to go. You guys, you can sort of. Well, we'll wait till you get up there. So show me.
Is there an obvious way to cross the street?
It looks like straight across where the path is. It does look like it's a little bit shallower there, and that there are certain bigger rocks that people can step on. No matter what, you're gonna get your boots wet. But
And by the way, I'm sneaking. By the way, I'm gonna roll a sneak check now.
okay, just hold on. Don't go too far ahead.
Okay.
Just want to see where everybody's moving to.
I'm keeping up with
I'm behind
Zakk.
like the rock.
So you are gonna move up with Zakk up here. You gonna go right beside him?
Yeah,
Or just behind him.
yeah. No, I'm gonna go up beside him.
Okay, and you guys, so we're gonna take Moxx out of. Yeah. All right, so you guys are where you want to be. So there's a big boulder there. Bang, you're kind of tucked in behind it. Shulza, you're a little bit beside it, and then the other two are up ahead. So you guys all see as you move, you kind of see a little bit ahead. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, it's about 20 feet. So yeah, you can see up to there.
I rolled a 15 for stealth.
Okay, and Zakk, what did you
I'm gonna roll. Okay, that's. That's an 18 for stealth.
Okay. You're pretty quiet, even going across the water, and you seem to be as well. You think you are. You're fine. And you are where are you guys doing at this point? Like you're pretty much on this side of the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, can we see anything?
That's what you see.
The campfire and the guy with the tiger?
Oh, do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Oops. Okay. I don't think you're supposed to.
Am I not supposed to?
No.
Or-
You guys can see. I'll put the marker on here. It's where I've got. I keep forgetting you guys can see in the thing that what they can't see on the stream. So you guys can see up to about here.
Okay.
Okay, so can I see the campfire though?
No, you see the glow. You definitely know it's a campfire.
Okay, but okay, so there's a something glowing.
Yeah, it is definitely a campfire, and you're 100%.
Right.
And there are shadows around it that could be people or what have you. You're not sure. It is.
Do I see a? I guess that doesn't really make. I was gonna ask, do I see a lot of shadows or just like?
There's two that you definitely see.
Yeah.
100%.
All right.
Okay, here's Zakk go. We might want to progress in the foliage over here.
I don't know. I mean, there's only two of them. I mean, maybe it's just like a traveler or something.
It could be anything.
Well, that's just my whole point. It could be anything.
Which means if we don't use with caution, we might get bit in the ass.
I'll kind of motion over to the rest of the party to come up and join us.
Okay.
Here's Zakk go. I'm at least going in the foliage to try to scout out a little bit further ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. You do that.
Okay, so
Okay.
the other two, you guys can move to where you're moving to. Zakk, you can move where you're attempting to move to.
Welcome.
2, 3, 4.
If you're moving into the
Okay.
village, that's your half movement in that. Just so you know.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty thick as you get over there, and you're trying to move through it. And if you're going to be stealthy, it's stealth at disadvantage.
All right. So I guess I'll be there then.
Okay.
Ask Laney, she just
Yeah, we're almost.
That's 12 at disadvantage.
Okay. You guys are there and you're stealthing. You see them, Nedd, as you wave them up. Bang has stayed where she's at behind the rock.
That's cool.
You do see Shulza move up, and at this point you see this as it's moving forward to about here, and that is where we're gonna end the session.
Oh shit! It's a tiger.
Yes, and it's moving towards you as you've kind of come up to that point, Zakk. You see it first, but it's definitely coming out of the glowing fire, the campfire area, and it's coming towards you guys. And we will end the episode at that point,
Oh Jesus!
and we will catch up with the rest of it next time. Wow, perfect timing on this, like everything tonight.
We got somewhere
Just to kind of
today.
go around, we're going to kind of quickly do this because I know some people need to go. We're at the end of our stream time, so Bang, we're going to start off with you. Who are you, and where can people find you?
Oh,
My name is Naomi. I go by Dag on most things, and it usually is like Dag_Crystal. So you can usually find me on most media.
Excellent. And Shulza.
I am Mercy. You guys can find me everywhere on the internet as Sakura163. This is what I do. I don't do anything else D&D wise or anything else, but that's how to find me.
Do you need to do anything else? No, we're
No,
perfectly fine with
D&D
that the
is
way
all
it
you
is.
need. Come on.
And Nedd.
I am Garrett. You can find me on Twitter when my computer is working. I am Theatricus. Yeah, this is pretty much what I'm doing as well. I play D&D a lot. I love it.
And Zakk.
Hey, I'm Jack. On Twitter, I'm Black Lantern Ace, and on Discord, you can see me on the Discord at RuneScar DM right now.
Excellent. And I'm Deacon Blues, aka at Deacon's Table on all the socials. And you can find me here on our Twitch channel pretty much multiple days of the week. And I'll just kind of run it over. Wednesday, we are doing Geekiness 2.0, although we are currently thinking about a new strategy for that right now. But we will keep you informed on that. Thursday is our new beginnings from the VCraft SMP for Minecraft. We have now been joined officially by Dag7 as a member of the cast of that particular show. So you can join us as we play on VCraft SMP. Friday is the Going Dark series where Black Lantern Ace and myself and occasionally Cryosphere Gaming get together and we play on the Darkcraft SMP, which again is a large multiplayer server as well. Then, of course, Mondays, we've got my modded Minecraft Monday, and it's just me trying out different mod packs and eventually be starting up the new Citadel SMP, which will be strictly for Deacon's Table members and only for Deacon's Table members. So that's what we are doing. And then Tuesdays, we're back here again. We're having fun with Emerald Legion, and we're hoping you guys are enjoying it as well as much as we are. I know we don't get a lot accomplished compared to some D&D groups out there, but we are having fun, and that is the nature of what this game is all about.
Yeah,
it's a
the whole point
game,
of this one.
and we want to have fun, and
Yeah.
we want to collectively and creatively share stories. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we are having fun with that. So until next
Have
time,
we have
guys.
one day where we just stay there and talk? Oh,
Yeah,
that's what we
sometimes
do.
that's
One
what
day
we do. We
go.
just shoot the shit and have fun. And again, I warned everybody out there, it is not safe for work. So keep that in mind for next time.
Bye.
But until next time, guys, make sure you're being good to one another. And above anything else, when you play, make sure that you are playing safe. Take care. Bye for now.
We have been in.